Hello guys, this is Weasel and today we're gonna play the Stanley Parable. Let's begin the game. Okay.
This is the story of a man
So
named
we have
Stanley.
to hear. I hate when games do that.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yeah, he had such a nice life and not boring life.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, finally, I'm finally free. Oh my god, stop talking!
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh my god, you're so fucking boring. Fucking idiot. Oh my god.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He decided to bang his head off the wall. Not working. So yeah, on the left. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person.
Tips for not getting fired. Talk less.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, so this is stupid. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Okay, I wanna go
office.
downstairs. I wanna see what happens. Okay, this is spooky. Downstairs is spooky.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Okay.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
Okay, fucking shit, would you stop talking?
Himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm
fucking shit, I'm starting to rage, guys.
He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Okay, so
then
am I
he
flying?
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Oh my god, this is so nice.
Fun, and Stanley marveled
oh my god.
he'd still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Oh my god.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
fucking shit, can you stop talking?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice
Oh my god,
dreams,
this guy is gonna kill me with his...
This was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This
oh my
voice
god,
was a part
will this
of
guy
himself
shut
too.
the fuck
Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Oh my god.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Oh my god.
My life is normal.
Will these guys shut up?
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay, so not. It didn't work.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is wrong with this game? I don't understand a little bit of it, seriously.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? Am I a woman now?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Okay.
She rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Okay.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
Okay.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Am I going to play this game fucking list, or was this over? Was this all the game? So yeah, I'm fucking back where I started. Let's see, maybe now if I follow the instructions.
What could it mean?
Okay, so
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
so there are more endings, and I must follow the instruction precisely now. Okay, I don't really give a fuck about what you're saying. I'm just gonna go to the left.
Came to a set of two open
shut up.
He entered the
Shut
door on his
up.
left.
Shut the fuck up, please. And now I'm going to go upstairs, not downstairs.
Single person
Don't get fired. Fuck you.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs.
Okay, let's
to
see
his
what's
boss's
upstairs.
office.
Nice office. Nice office you got here, boss. Let me interrupt you while you're masturbating. Let me interrupt you. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Okay.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf. looking
Okay,
behind
I can't do
curtains,
this.
desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's
You may
desk.
get. I
What
pressed
could
the wrong
its
button.
purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly,
Okay,
by
it
simply
worked.
pushing
Oh my god, what's
random
happening?
buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to
Let's
input the
see.
correct code
What?
by sheer luck. Amazing.
What
He
is
stepped into the
here?
newly opened passageway.
This is spooky. Going downstairs. Okay. Is this a scary game, guys? I thought this was a nice indie. Okay, so the game is loading now. I really thought that this was an indie game, not a scary game. What the fuck is happening? Oh my god. This non-stop talk by this
Descending
guy.
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Okay,
let's see. Guys, this is scary. What? I'm asking again, is this a
Stanley
scary?
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, I should go to mind control because if I go to escape, the game will fuck up again. Okay, this is scary. Let's see what's in here. So yeah.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Okay.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I have the strength to find out if you shut the fuck up already. Okay, what's here? It's a camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh my
Their
god.
true nature revealed. Each bore the
2704.
number of an employee in the building.
Where is mine?
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals.
My god, one is
just
broken.
Images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay, so some of them are broken. Okay, I see one broken there. Okay, what can I do now? Can you let me escape? Okay, they fucked up again. Okay, should I start him? Okay, what is here? Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Okay, guy, you're getting boring. Okay, I'm here now.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't
Okay.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't
Okay.
it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the
what's here?
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, how do I do that? Here, console disabled. Okay, how do I push the buttons? Okay, no. Here, no. Mind control. Oh, here is something. Okay, press the buttons, nothing. Okay, maybe here. Mind control idle, awaiting input. Okay, maybe I can control some guys. Okay, so
And when at
off.
last he found the source.
Okay, what is happening? Don't get spooky, please don't get spooky. I beg of you, don't get spooky. Okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Okay, I can't see shit, guys. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
What the fuck?
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Okay, this was nice.
The only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay, let's see if...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Is this another ending? Okay. Let's see. Okay guys, I'm gonna end this episode here. Hope you liked it. The game is pretty much fucked up. I didn't understand so much about it. So from what I see, there are more endings, and we can discover them all. Thanks for all the subscribers, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares, and thanks for the views. You're awesome guys. So until next time, goodbye.